Hello everyone. Today, we will learn about eclipses. Let's begin. First of all, what are eclipses? An eclipse occurs when a heavenly body moves into the shadow of another heavenly body. For instance, if the shadow of the moon falls on Earth, then a solar eclipse occurs. Similarly, if the shadow of the Earth falls on the moon, then a lunar eclipse occurs. Now, we will learn about the three parts of a shadow. The darkest and the innermost part of the shadow, where the light source is completely blocked by the obstructing body, is the umbra. People who are within the umbra experience a total eclipse. The penumbra is the region of the shadow where only a portion of the light source is blocked by the obstructing body. Next, we will learn about the antumbra. Most of you probably did not hear about this term before, so let's take a look. So, the antumbra is the lighter area of the shadow that appears beyond the umbra, at a certain distance from the obstructing body. It only exists if the light source has a larger diameter than the obstructing body. In the antumbra, you will see the outer rim of the light source around the object casting the shadow. For example, if you are in the antumbra during an annular solar eclipse, you can see the moon blocking the sun partially. A ring of fire is visible around the moon. I apologize if I wasn't clear, but you can easily understand it in the diagram which I will show you later. Types of eclipses. There are two types of eclipses, solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Let's talk about solar eclipse first. It occurs when the shadow of the moon falls on Earth. It is a rare event and lasts for a few minutes. It occurs only on new moon day, as the night side of the Earth can't see the moon. The moon is between the sun and the Earth. Pause. 2. Lunar eclipse. It occurs when the shadow of the Earth falls on the moon. It is a common event and it lasts for a few hours, as the Earth's umbra is larger than the moon's. It always occurs on a full moon night. The Earth is between the moon and the sun. A solar eclipse occurs when the shadow of the moon falls on Earth. A solar eclipse always occurs during a new moon day. During the moon's and the Earth's revolution, the sun, moon and the Earth sometimes happen to be aligned in such a way that the sun is completely covered by the moon, or partially covered by the moon. When the sun is totally covered by the moon, it is called a total solar eclipse. People that are in the umbra of the moon experience total solar eclipse. The sky becomes dark as it is night. If some light from the sun reaches Earth, and a part of sun is visible, then a partial solar eclipse takes place. People in the penumbra experience partial solar eclipse. Total solar eclipse. It occurs when the sun and the moon are in a straight line. An observer in the path of the umbra can see the moon blocking the sun completely. It also allows the fainter solar corona to be visible. Partial solar eclipse occurs when the sun and the moon are not exactly in line with the Earth and the moon partially blocks the sun. This eclipse can be seen at the penumbra of an annular or a total solar eclipse. It is also possible that the eclipse can only be seen as a partial eclipse because the umbra passes over the poles of Earth. You cannot notice any darkness at all, as it needs more than 90% coverage. You need to always wear eclipse glasses or use a pinhole camera to see any type of a solar eclipse. An annular solar eclipse occurs when the sun, moon and the Earth are in straight line, but the size of the moon is smaller, as the moon is too far for a total solar eclipse to occur. Hence, the sun looks like a ring, also called the annulus. The people at the antumbra of the moon experience annular solar eclipse, and the people at the penumbra experience partial solar eclipse. Sometimes, a total solar eclipse can be seen at some places, while an annular solar eclipse can be seen elsewhere. If the sun and moon are very nearly exactly the same size as seen from Earth, it is possible that the moon will not quite cover the sun at either end of the path, annular, but will cover it at the middle of the path, total. This is what we call a hybrid, or annular total, solar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occurs when moon is inside Earth's umbra. The moon, during this time, is also called a blood moon for its reddish color, which is caused by Earth completely blocking direct sunlight from reaching the moon. The only light reflected from the lunar surface has been refracted by Earth's atmosphere. Unlike a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse may be viewed from anywhere on the night side of Earth. A total lunar eclipse can last up to nearly 2 hours as the Earth's umbra. Also, unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are safe to view without any eye protection or special precautions, as they are dimmer than the full moon. Usually, lunar eclipses are total lunar eclipses. This lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes through Earth's penumbra. A special type of penumbral eclipse is a total penumbral lunar eclipse, during which the moon lies exclusively within Earth's penumbra. Total penumbral eclipses are rare, and when these occur, the portion of the moon closest to the umbra may appear slightly darker than the rest of the lunar disk. This occurs when only a portion of the moon enters Earth's umbra, while a total lunar eclipse occurs when the entire moon enters the Earth's umbra. Totality may last up to nearly 107 minutes. The total time between the first and the last contacts of the moon's limb with Earth's shadow is much longer and could last up to 236 minutes. This occurs when the entire moon is inside the Earth's umbra. The moon will look red, which is caused by Earth completely blocking direct sunlight from reaching the moon. The only light reflected from the lunar surface has been refracted by Earth's atmosphere. This is a total lunar eclipse during which the moon passes through the center of Earth's shadow, contacting the antisolar point. This type of lunar eclipse is relatively rare. There are two types of eclipses, solar and lunar. Solar eclipses are of four types: total, partial, annular, and hybrid. Lunar eclipses are of four types: total, penumbral, partial, and central. I'll give you 5 seconds to study this table. I hope you have studied this table. If so, let's move on to the summary. An eclipse occurs when a heavenly body moves into the shadow of another heavenly body. The umbra is the darkest and the innermost part of the shadow, where the light source is completely blocked by the obstructing body. The penumbra is the region of the shadow where only a portion of the light source is blocked by the obstructing body. The antumbra is the lighter area of a shadow that appears beyond the umbra, at a certain distance from the obstructing body. It only exists if the light source has a larger diameter than the object. Solar eclipse occurs when the shadow of the moon falls on Earth. It is a rare event and lasts for only 5 to 10 minutes. It always occurs on new moon day, as the night side of the Earth can't see the moon. It occurs when the shadow of the Earth falls on the moon. It is a common event, and it lasts for a few hours as the Earth's umbra is larger than the moon's. It always occurs on a full moon night. There are two types of eclipses. They are solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. There are 4 types of solar eclipses. They are total solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse, and hybrid solar eclipse. There are 4 types of lunar eclipses. They are total lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, central lunar eclipse, and penumbral lunar eclipse. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video to your friends. See you in the next video.